and welcome to another Craftea Chat, coming at you on a Friday today, Friday the 22nd of September, Friday instead of a Thursday, so that's a little bit weird. But Mario was off yesterday, off work, so I thought, you know what, I want to spend the day with him, so we spent the day together. It was nice. Hi, I'm Hannah, like I said. I'm coming at you today from quite an autumnal but sunny Nottingham in the Midlands, East Midlands of England. Yes, home of Robin Hood. It's what we're excited about here. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by to check out my video. Very excited to kind of meet you. And if you're returning, coming back for another dose of me, good luck to you. No, I'm joking. And thank you so much. I'm a little out of practice. I didn't podcast last week, so I'm a little out of practice, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things and everything will be fine. If you would like to follow me on social media, you can do. I am the Corner of Craft in most places. I am most active on Instagram. I occasionally post on Snapchat. I have a mug of tea. I forgot to announce that. I always have a mug of tea, which is why this is called the Craftea Chat, because we drink tea as we chat about craft. And I say we because hopefully you too are drinking tea. Any notes for anything that I mention, any yarns that I mention, can be found in my Ravelry group. It's the Craftea Chat podcast Ravelry group. Link can be found in the description box, which is just below this video. It will take you straight to the Ravelry group. Click on the episode and there you will find all the clickable links. And if you don't know what Ravelry is, well, your life's about to be changed. It's a website where there are a lot of knitting patterns and crochet patterns and all sorts, and it's fantastic. Whoever thought of it is a genius, and I'm a little bit jealous that I didn't think of it. I am co-hosting at the moment a vintage sweater cowl. I am co-hosting it with Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, and basically you knit yourself a vintage style jumper or cardigan. It is running from the 31st of August until the 31st of October. I reckon you still have maybe enough time to join in. If you're a speedy knitter, you should be fine. I said last time if there was anyone that wanted to donate a prize, feel free, and I had a couple of people get in contact. I'm still waiting on one of them to arrive, but I got a prize. It arrived yesterday, but I wasn't in, so we got it today. So I went to the post office and got it today. There's a couple of project bags. Well, one of the project bags is for me, and one of the project bags is for the prize winner, and I'm having a real tough time choosing which one to keep. But I think this one's going to be the prize because it's kind of, the colours are kind of more vintagey, which I think is quite good for a vintage knit along. So this is it. And this is by Marilisa, I'm sorry. It's a Greek name. My Greek pronunciations are awful. I automatically want to pronounce everything German, but she is Spool Stories. Yep. And here is her info. She has an Etsy shop where she sells these project bags, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They are stunning, and you get a little lavender sachet as well. So the fabric on the top and the bottom of this project bag is a bit tougher. It feels like leather. I think it's pleather. I love it. It's really nice. Makes it perfect. It's got a square bottom so it can sit. Oh, I just said bottom. How rude. And the one that I think I'm going to be keeping is this one, which is gorgeous. And it's got rose gold base. I forgot to show the fabric inside on this one. Beautiful, and it's got a little pocket, and then this one's a bit larger, so like a multi-skein shawl or something maybe, and it's got a nice rose gold bottom. It's got goldy stars, also a lavender sachet, and it's a circus fabric. Unfortunately, I will be, well, unfortunately for you, fortunately for me, I will be keeping this one because it's beautiful. And this also, I don't know if you can hear, has the tougher fabric on the bottom, which makes it really good for if you stand it on the floor anywhere, or it's just nice to have a project bag that's got a substantial base. Now, Mary-Lisa did ask me to give my honest opinion, and this is my honest opinion. Not swayed in any way. She's not giving me any money to say nice things about it. I genuinely think that these are really good quality bags. They are sewn beautifully, they are finished beautifully, the colours are gorgeous. I really like the toughness of them. They are drawstring as well, which is fab, because it means that your yarn won't get caught in a zip or anything. And yeah, so if you would like to win one of these bags, feel free to enter the knit along, and I might put a skein of yarn or something with it as well. But like I said, we do have another prize on its way, and so that is super exciting. I forgot to say that there is a chatter thread in both mine and Meg's Ravelry group, so if you'd like to head on over there, show us what you're making and chatter away in there, that would be fantastic. Okay, let's actually get on to what I've been working on, shall we? So I have no finished things, even though I took last week off. I'm very annoyed. But I have some works in progress, as I'm sure you can imagine. So my printer came, so it means that I actually have printed out patterns. I know. So this is the We Were Seeds shawl by Risen Knits. She made hers in a gorgeous yellow, but I have gone for this blue colour. Ooh, just had a cable needle. I have this much left, which means I'm very close to being finished, because I am. And had I not royally messed up yesterday, I would have been able to have got it finished yesterday. So I'm a little bit annoyed at myself, but at the same time, not my fault. So, yeah, this is the front that I'm showing you. Ooh. It's almost too wide for the thing. So where the birthday candle is where I was last time I showed you, down here. And yeah. Oh, my arms are sore today. Oh, started going to the gym with Mario. And as in Mario and I have started going to the gym together. And Mario has done some weight training and strength training in the past, so kind of knows a bit about it. So we started to strength train together. And my arms still ache from Wednesday, which was push day. You push things. And today was pull. So lots of pulling, and like here, sore muscles, sore muscle. But whatever. You don't need to know that. That's not why you're watching this. On my mission to get fit. So we start out down here with this gorgeous seeds. Oh, the yarn. Let's start with that one, shall we? The yarn is by the Kettle Yarn Co. Kettle Yarn Company. It is their Islington base, which is 40. I think it's 55% blue face Leicester, 45% silk. I think I might be wrong on those proportions, but it's blue face Leicester and silk in the Siren Call colourway. It's beautiful. Mario bought this for me for Christmas. Mario is my boyfriend, for anyone who is wondering. And yeah, on Tuesday we would have been together for 7 years, so that's ridiculous. It's a really long time. So yeah, on the bottom we have a seed stitch section, which then goes into a beautiful cable. And the cable's cool. Like I said last week, you knit it like sideways. It's like an applied border, then you pick up all the stitches. It's really cool. Then we have this gorgeous lace section, which I was slogging through. It's not difficult. It was just a lot of lace in comparison. I was just antsy to get on to the next bit. So the next bit is more cables, done in the same way, So knit sideways like this, bloop, picking up the stitches along the top edge of this as you go, which was really cool. And you pick up all the stitches along the top again, and then we have like a textured pattern using a new technique that I hadn't used before, that I think has been used a lot, and I think it will look better once it's blocked out, because at the moment it's not that nice. And then I'm on to the very final lace section. I am on the last section. I had royally messed up the lace, and I hadn't noticed until I was knitting the next 2 rows, or 2 rows after I knit it, and realised that the end wasn't looking the same as the beginning. So I hadn't put a lifeline in, because apparently I think I know best. I don't. And so I grabbed my 2.25mm needle and picked up all the stitches along, and then ripped back, and then knit off the small needle and knit back what I went wrong on, and now I'm back on track. Yes. But it did mean that that took a significant chunk of time, that it took away time from me actually finishing it, so that's annoying. But hopefully I will finish this evening. I have, let me see how many rows I have left to do. The good thing about printing patterns is you can make notes on it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows left. 7 rows and a bind off. 7 rows and a bind off. That was pointless, but yeah, close to being done. I really like the size of this shawl for a 1 skein shawl. I hear a lot of people say that they don't like 1 skein shawls, and that is fine, that is your choice, whatever. But I feel like, oh my arms, I feel like this is gonna be real nice, like a nice summer, spring, because it doesn't get particularly warm in the summer here in the UK. So maybe a nice summer or spring shawl, not necessarily winter. That I don't think its intention was for winter, but that's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because just as you get fed up with something in a project, if something's a bit repetitive, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, it can get a bit old. But just as, for example, the cables, just as I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so done with these cables, I only had 3 more repeats to do, and then decreases. Now then I thought, oh yeah, I can do that with ease. And so then I just sat and plodded through. Finished watching The Office, the last season of The Office, US version, because I hate the UK version. I do not like awkward humour. Makes me cringe, and then I feel awkward, and I do not like that. Anyway, cried because it's emotional. And then yeah, finished the cables, and then knit this bit in record speed. I love it. I cannot say enough good things about this. It's perfect for those who are new to a lot of things, because I am new to a lot of things. Although now I've been knitting, you know, a relative amount of time, I am by no means am I an experienced knitter. So, first time doing seed stitch, or it's slightly adapted seed stitch, I think. First time doing, you know, intense cables. First time doing like an applied border edge kind of thing. First time doing a large chunk of lace work. And then, yeah, repeat here. And then there's a stitch in here that I'd never done before and had to look up on the YouTube. And then, yeah, a bit more lace work. It's a good one. It's a real good one. I'm real proud of myself. I think it's beautiful. I much recommend this pattern. I'm surprised that more people haven't done this pattern, because there's a lot of people that just buy like 1 skein of yarn and then they're like, I don't know what to do with it. This is the perfect pattern for a 1 skein yarn. Although I do recommend using a solid colour, because I feel like that if you were to use something that's heavily variegated, you wouldn't get the patterns. Although the designer has done a double knit version. Don't want to give anything away, in which she's used 2 colours. So she's used like a variegated one on the lace work and the seed stitch, and then yeah, it's pretty cool. Recommend. And that's just living in my Hannah bag, because that's my name. Put that all away, do some work on that this afternoon maybe. Okay, next. In my Knit Nottingham tote bag, gotta represent the local yarn shop. I am knitting the Anouk cardigan for the vintage sweater along. And this is what it looks like. It is by a fantastic Andy Satterland. And of course, I'm not very good at thinking for myself, so I have chosen the same colour that Andy used in the pattern. Put that down, stop wrestling so much. This is using a giant ball of yarn. And it is the Hayfield Bonus Aran with 20% wool. I bought it from Knit Nottingham. Aran weight sweater. Why not? Thank you. So this is where I am with it, and I haven't picked it up in a few days, so I kind of forgot where I was with it. So I've separated for the sleeves. That little ducky in the middle is where I was last time I showed you. I had started it the night before, but now I'm here. It's this beautiful mustard yellow colour, which I love. I've separated for the sleeves, like I said, and now I'm just knitting back and forth a few times before I start the waist decreases. And yeah, I really like this yarn. It is super soft yarn, even though it's a commercial yarn. We can't be yarn snobs all the time. Sometimes the budget does not allow it. But it is a super soft yarn, and I really like it. Yeah, relatively easy pattern to knit. My complaint is on the increases, because it's an all-in-one top down. On the increases for the sleeve, all it says is make one. It doesn't say whether to make one left or right. And had I been intelligent and thought about it, I could have looked up which way, when to do which way, but I didn't, and I just did a generic make one. So it's not the most beautiful seam, but that is something that I feel like I am going to knit this cardigan again. And when I do, I will look that up and rectify that. Because it's a super easy cardigan to knit, and it's like a waist height one, so if you like to wear the circle skirts, this is a perfect length of cardi. And yeah, it's got this nice little pearl bump pattern at the top, or yeah, and then that repeats at the bottom as well. I don't really have an awful lot to say about that. Oh, on both these projects I'm using higher sharp needles. On this one I'm using 5mm needles, using my interchangeables, which I need to actually start using the rubber thing to screw them on, because I'm a bit lazy, I'll say it myself. But yeah, super easy pattern to knit, really enjoy it, really loving it, excited to wear it. Maybe I'll wear it to the Nottingham Yarn Expo, because I am going. Hopefully I will see some of you there if you're going as well. Also might be going to the Bakewell Wool Gathering, which is happening mid-October. I'm torn. It depends how much of my yarn I knit first before. But I like to go for the social side. I just like to go for a wander around and to meet other knitters and have a chat. So, just me. Also, Bakewell is one of my favourite places on earth. I love Bakewell. It is beautiful. But yeah, cardigan, fantastic. Love it. I now want to knit this afternoon. But no, I need to finish that shawl, because that shawl has been taking up time where I could have been working on this. Because I'm in the Everyday Knitter group on Facebook, and someone said that they just counted their whips. They had 19. They said, am I alone in this? I'm just like, well, I have 4. I have 4 works in progress right now, and I'm struggling to balance my time between them. Last week I was really good, and basically one evening a week I had on like various projects. So for example, Monday and Wednesday you knit on a cardigan, Tuesday and Thursday you knit on a shawl. For example, it wasn't that strict, but yeah. One of my projects that I'm knitting at the moment, one of my works in progress, I'm sorry, I sit on the floor cross-legged and then my foot goes dead, is my Cozy Memories blanket, and I barely knit any squares on it. So I think I'm going to start making that once a month show and tell, this is the work I've done on it this month, because I think that might be more interesting for people, so you don't just see, here is one square that I've knit on a blanket. But as soon as the podcast finished last week, I grabbed a ball of sock yarn and cast on the Midas socks. So this is a sock pattern by Mindy Cox, and I don't want to show any of the pattern at all, but it's just a cabled sock. And she had it for free for a limited time, and I managed to snag it during that limited time. And I feel a bit cheeky doing that, but at the same time, she offered it, so I should take advantage of this. So it calls, I didn't do a swatch, and I potentially should have. Always should have. Well, see, now I'm just reading this because I looked at how many stitches to cast on, and I just went with my normal cast on needle size. And the pattern calls for 2.75mm needles, and I'm using 2.5. We'll see. I might undo this. It might be undone. But this is as far as I got so far. Boop. Let's get this to focus. Yeah. That's as far as I got so far. Now I'm a little bit glad that I didn't get further. I am using Wolle, Rödel, Sport und Strumpfwolle, Tweed, 4-ply, 25% virgin wool, 75% virgin wool, 25% polyamide. I bought this for half price when I was living in Germany, in Idee der Kreativmarkt. And yeah, I have 2 balls of this, and I wanted to knit cabled socks. Now, looking at it and looking at the thing, it says 300 yards of heavy fingering yarn. So maybe I need to start again, read it, and use 2.75mm needles instead of the 2.5 that I was using. That might work. Maybe I just need a pair of basic socks. But you see, I feel like they're going to fit my foot. I feel like that is... I'm just going to try this now. See if it fits on my leg. Yeah, that fits on my leg fine. I mean, there's not a whole lot of give, but it doesn't need to be in a sock, does there? So... okay, maybe I'll just keep knitting with this size. Let me know. I haven't knit enough cabled things to know how it affects gauge and stretchiness and such. Just put my other knitted socks on. I'm wearing my first ever knitted pair of socks today. As in the first pair of socks I ever knitted. But yeah, really fun pattern, simple cable. The pattern comes with a chart as well, so all of you that love a chart, fantastic. And not only does it come with a chart, but it also I lied, no it doesn't, it just comes with a chart. It talks you through how to do the heel, flat and gusset, and yeah, Rib cable design provides a lot of stretch, allowing the sock to fit a variety of foot widths. Well, then I should be fine using 2.5mm needles. I'm just going to plod on through and hope for the best. Because I bought this yarn with the sole intention to make a pair of cabled socks. So now is the time. But I do feel like I need to cast on just a pair of plain vanilla socks as well for... I'm going out for brunch on Sunday and I feel like plain vanilla socks would be a fantastic thing to take with me and just to sit and knit. Because of course I need another work in progress. Of course. And that's living in my pug bag that my friend Virginia made for me. It says I Shih Tzu not, and then it's got, you know, a Queen badge and a David Bowie badge and a Kiss badge and I love the 80s badge. Because I'm very much into that style of music, as you can tell. I can tell you this because Mario doesn't watch my podcasts, but for Mario for Christmas I bought us tickets to go and see Skid Row. So that's exciting. Whee! Cool. And that is all of my works in progress. I hope you're still comfortable. Still quite a lot of knitting to do because I've got quite a lot of stash enhancement. So it was my birthday last Sunday. So at the 17th is my birthday. So I was spoiled because my friends and family are absolutely incredible. So stash enhancements, let's get started. So Mario, bless him, got me a wool winder. This is a wool winder by Knit Pro. I haven't used this specific wool winder. I have used the Knit Pro wool winder, but this is still in its box brand new. Because, foolishly, I didn't think to make sure I finished a project so I could cast on another one for my birthday. But I have used the Knit Pro wool winder before because Eleanor has it in Knit Nottingham and she brought it in for me when I needed to wind some yarn. And it's really nice. It's a nice smooth wool winder. It's good. I enjoy it. I know how much it is, which kind of makes me feel bad because it's a present. But it's a slightly more expensive wool winder than some of the ones that you can just buy on Amazon and stuff. But it's really nice and smooth and feels really sturdy. But once again, there is nothing wrong with buying the cheaper ones off Amazon. Mario also got me a Swift. I haven't used this Swift before, I don't think. Unless it's the same. No, it's not the same one that Becky has. But I'm very excited to. I'm very excited to wind up some yarn. Maybe I'll wind up some sock yarn and cast on a pair of socks ready for Sunday. Very excited. Thank you, Mario. This is also by Knit Pro. Yeah. It's just a normal wool winder. Now I just need to find a place to set it up. I don't know if this is going to be too chunky. We shall see. But sorry, I just got very close to you. Very close to you. Mario also got me the a year's subscription to Pom Pom Quarterly. So 4 pom poms. Starting with this one, which is the autumn one. It is autumn 2017. And it has some gorgeous patterns in here. My mum was looking through and again a little bit jealous. And oh, so lovely. There's a cardigan in here that I really want to make. It is, oh, this one, the Palmetto. The thing that's putting me off is that it's steeked, and the idea of steeking scares me slightly. But I'm sure it's not as bad as I think it is. I'm sure if I didn't want to steek it, I wouldn't have to. But I need to read the pattern. But I really want to knit that one. I think it's fantastic. And yeah, very exciting. And then my, oh, when was it? August bank holiday. So end of August, I went down and visited my parents. and we went to Rowland's Castle, which is near Portsmouth. It's in Hampshire, and it isn't a castle, it's a town called, or village called Rowland's Castle. Very confusing, I know. For years I thought it was an actual castle, but it's not. And there's a fantastic wool shop there, yarn shop I suppose, which is called Handmade Studios. If I've got the name wrong, I'll put it on the screen and correct myself. And they buy in from a lot of indie dyers, and a lot of the indie dyers that I follow on social media. So it was really nice to actually get to see their yarn in real life. But they have featured indie dyers, and I went and I fell in love with several skeins of yarn, and my parents were so lovely and offered to buy me some yarn, and then my grandma had sent me money as well for my birthday, so I used some of that money to buy myself some yarn too, and my mum and dad wrapped it all up for me so I could forget what they looked like, and then I opened it and it was all exciting. So Lollipop Guild yarn is, or Lollipop Guild yarns is one of them. Apparently I'm a bit obsessed with mustard right now, because mustard cardigan, mustard this, and this is called Goldie Horn. This is her superwash merino nylon. I'm imagining it's 75-25, although it doesn't say. 100 grams, 475 meters. This beautiful gold colour. There you go. And this is actually hand dyed in Nottingham, or close to Nottingham. So it was very strange. I had to go all the way to the south to get it. And then this is called Move It, Move It. Also superwash merino nylon. And this, if I were to knit this into socks, would make a beautiful pair of self-striping socks. But what I'm going to do is put it together with this, make a 2-colour shawl. Because it's got speckles on the cream that are blue and yellow, and I just think that this looks really nice together. And then, so much, and then this is called Twilight, and this almost went together with this as well, because it's also got that goldy colour on it, and this almost went together with this, but my mum preferred this together with this. So this has a fantastic purple colour. Yep, trying to get to focus on the yarn and not onto me. There you go, fantastic purple colour. And then it also has a white section that has pink speckles and goldy speckles, and yeah, a bit of blue as well, and it's just so pretty. And this is also superwash merino and nylon. Really love it, it's so lovely. Such gorgeous colours. And there weren't many skeins left when I went, because she was the dye of the month in August, and obviously I went at the end of August, and the shop owner said that her yarns have been very popular, so very beautiful. And then the yarns that I got basically from my grandma are jelly beans yarns, and I didn't know this until a couple of days ago when I went to look up jelly beans yarns on Instagram, but actually I had been loving her yarns on Etsy for ages. So I got these two. Bit more of a neutral. Okay, I understand what you're thinking. Oh, that's not neutral. Bit more of a neutral than what I usually get, and it's not purple, so we're making progress. But these beautiful skeins of yarn are, this is Stormy Weather and this is Denim. And these are both 75-25 superwash merino and nylon. 400 yards. Don't know what that is in meters, because I don't learn conversions at school, because we just do meters. But I thought that these would look beautiful in a 2-colour shawl as well. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm tempted to make this one into a sock head hat, because I wore my sock head hat so much last year. Yeah, I love these. These are beautiful. And like I say, a bit more neutral than what I normally would get, as you can tell by all the colours that I've been knitting with over the past few whatever. I like my bright colours. But yeah, I really enjoy these. I think they make a really nice 2-colour shawl. So now I just need to have a look through my library and see if I've got any 2-colour shawl patterns that I want to knit. And then in the post today, or yesterday technically, but I went to collect it today, my fantastic friend Becky, aka Soprano Knits, who I almost went a full podcast without mentioning, that would have been the first podcast in 22 podcasts had I not mentioned her, but Becky and Virginia, who are my knitting buddies back in Frankfurt, or 2 of my knitting buddies back in Frankfurt, whom I miss dearly, sent me a birthday present because they're the best people on earth. And they sent me some yarn by Orvis Etc., who is a German dyer in Germany. And they got me the Blue Face Leicester Colourwork set, 100% Blue Face Leicester, 20 grams, 2 times 50 grams, sorry, 200 meters, non-superwash, grown in the UK. So it's really funny that it was in the UK, then went back to Germany, got dyed, and then came back here. But they picked these fantastic colours, which I love. So this is coming up a bit more red than it actually is. It's like a muted wine colour. Was terrible description. And then cream. And they are beautiful. And pretty sure I'm going to be making myself a pair of Skeyndir's mittens. Ellie of Skeyndir have made the Selby Mitten Club and was so kind and generous enough to send a copy to me. So I have a feeling I am going to be knitting some mittens. And I'm very excited about it. It's such soft yarn and it feels so nice. Okay, this yarn is soft. Yeah, it's like silky soft, like buttery soft. This yarn is like woolly soft. Different kinds of softness, but both soft. Maybe I'm not making sense, but yes. Thank you so much, ladies. You're the best kind of friend. And I miss you lots. But I love it. Thank you. That's it. Oh, and it came with a little sample. That's it. That's all my stash enhancements. Okay, so I don't have an Etsy update today. Sorry. But I have been experimenting in the kitchen with some yarn dyeing combinations. So yesterday, I bought a huge box of yarn and some dyes and decided to go for it. So now I need to work out some colourways. So for those who don't know, that's twizzled. I play the fantastically nerdy game of Dungeons and Dragons and I love it. And I was originally going to be calling my yarn dyeing business, which is going to be colourways inspired by various things in the game. I was originally going to call it Prismatic Spray Yarns, but then I got a little bit scared with copyright and trademark and blah blah blah. So now I'm just going to call it Chromatic Yarns, because it seems to work. But I did a little bit of experimenting yesterday and these are still a bit damp. They're not fully dry yet. But this was the first one I dyed. And this, I learnt the lesson of less is more. Because apparently I was very much on a more is more tangent. But this is what, I called Font of Magic. And what I wanted was a nice light blue colour with some purple and pink speckles. Which is what it looks like on camera, but in person it looks much more pale purple. And I'm not sure, I wasn't sure about it, it just looked a little bit splotchy. But learning lessons, less is more, but it's still beautiful in its own right. But Font of Magic, which is inspired by the Sorcerer class, and I was thinking, you know, pale blue, like the water in a font, with magenta and purple speckles for the magic. Don't get me wrong, it's real pretty. but it's just not what I was envisioning. But that's one. Lay that out. Okay, and then the next one I dyed, I took the light blue colour that I'd made. Oh, just got a little sneak peek of the other. Took the light blue colour that I'd made for Font of Magic and decided to try and go a little bit tonal. So that's what I did. This is Ray of Frost. It's just a tonal icy blue. Quite proud of this one of my faves. I unfortunately cannot sell this for a reason that I will tell you in a second. But Ray of Frost, such a gorgeous colour. Yesterday was all about learning. Super proud of this one. Love it. Love it. And then decided to go a bit mental. I wanted to do my cleric inspired one, which I can't remember the name of. And then I dyed it because I wanted that to just be white with some speckles of like a goldy orangey colour. And then the orange that I had was a bit neon. And then I moved the yarn when I shouldn't have done. And the whole thing basically went yellow. And then I decided to tie some knots in it and then throw black in it and see what happened. Which I realised it's a bit strange. But as a result, we got Fire Blast. I think it's called Fire Blast. Okay, if I were to do it again, tie fewer knots, maybe put some red in. I might even put it back in the pot and put some red in. But I'm excited to see how this knits up. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I think it needs a bit more black and a bit of red. Less is more. Learning things. So yeah, there are a few of the dye experiments that I've been doing regarding chromatic yarns, because I want to do this. I want to make a go of it. Also, I have a huge box of yarn that wasn't cheap, and I should try and get some kind of money back for buying a huge box of yarn. And they're all on a 75/25 blue phase Leicester and nylon. So while they're not super soft like merino, they make fantastic socks, and they would make lovely gloves. And to be fair, I would use it in a jumper. I do not mind a slightly less buttery soft yarn, because obviously not all sheep are buttery soft. But yeah, that is a little bit of experimenting that I've been doing with chromatic yarns, and I'm excited to bring that to you. Let me know what you think about those yarns. I'm really unsure about that yellow, orange and black one. Really unsure. We shall see. Might put some red on it. See if that fixes anything. Anyway, that is everything that I have for knitting. I'm just going to briefly talk about life stuff and then leave you to get on with your day. So like I said, it was my birthday last weekend, and my parents came out to visit, which was really, really nice of them, really cool. We walked around town on Saturday, which was nice. We had fish and chips from the Cod Scallops on Saturday evening, and they are the best fish and chips I've ever eaten. So if ever you're in Nottingham, or if you're coming to the Nottingham Yarn Expo and you're staying overnight, I do recommend going to the Cod Scallops. They have 2 shops now. There is one in Woolerton and there is one in Sherwood. So and if you're from around here, you're going to know where they are, and if not, then just ask. And then we went, and then on Sunday, ooh, something in my eye. On Sunday we went to Clumber Park, which is about 40 minutes away driving upwards towards Yorkshire. I think it's actually technically in Yorkshire, I went to Clumber Park because they had a food and drink festival on, and you know me, I love my food. Unfortunately the weather wasn't quite on my side, on our side, so we didn't stay for as long as I would have liked, but I had a fantastic sausage roll and a delicious samosa, so that was good. The reason that I didn't have as much as I potentially would have had another time is because we were going out for dinner in the evening and I didn't want to ruin my appetite. But then we went out for Indian food in the evening to a fantastic restaurant which is on Maid Marian Way called Calcutta Club, and it's in like a strip of 3 Indian restaurants next to each other. It's in the middle, and it was absolutely fantastic, absolutely delicious Indian food. I missed Indian food a lot when I was living in Germany, because while they had it, it was more of an eat out kind of thing, although saying that, we ate out then, but England does Indian food very well. Yeah, fantastic restaurant. I'm just basically telling you about all the places I've eaten, but my life revolves around food sometimes. Mario and I joined the gym. We joined last week, and I went last week and went to a legs, bums and tums class, and that almost killed me. Not literally. And then this week we've started to do strength training. So Monday's leg day, Wednesday's push day, Thursday's pull day, and I think I might go in tomorrow, even though it's Saturday, and just do a bit of cardio. I feel like I should. And I've also started counting macros, trying a new approach to losing weight, because while Slimming World is all well and good, I want to be strong. I don't just want to be thin, I want to be strong. I don't even necessarily want to be thin, I just want to be toned and strong. So that is the approach that I'm starting to take, which is very weird and very new for me, because I've never been a particularly active person. I like to sit, I like to knit. While I say that I'm not doing an update this week, there are still some narwhals in my Etsy shop. I did an update last week, and I popped some narwhals in the shop, and while some sold really well, some didn't sell that well. It wasn't the greatest of Etsy updates the last week, but that's okay. That is not a problem. We're all going to have good weeks and bad weeks. I think it's my fault. I didn't add enough variety in my update. Oh, also, I have a trial day in a coffee shop on Monday, so keep your fingers crossed for me there. Hopefully that will go well. And yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. While it might mean nothing to you, it actually helps to get my videos out there a little bit, helps to get them seen, and as I make some money off of YouTube, the more people that watch my videos, the better it is. And I'm sorry if that sounds really desperate and needy. That is not an intention. Just telling it like it is. I am hopefully going to come back at you next week with another podcast. Hopefully I'll have some more things finished and some more things cast on. It's all so exciting. I am fighting cast-onitis so hard. It's tough. It's tough. I think I'm going to lose. Now I have all of this beautiful yarn. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to keep up to date with me and various things I'm working on, feel free to follow me on social media. I tend to post on there about things I'm working on and when podcasts are posted and blah. So feel free. And if you if you are so inclined, feel free to subscribe on YouTube, because that way my videos will pop up in your subscription feed whenever I post them, and you can even click the little notification bell, and then you'll get a notification through on your phone that says the Corner of Craft has just uploaded a video, so you can just click on that if you fancy it. Once again, no pressure. So like, don't want to tell people what to do. What else was I going to say? Itchy schnoz. I was going to say something else and it was going to be really good. If you would like to be in with a chance of winning this project bag, feel free to enter the Vintage Sweater Cal, co-hosted by both myself and Meg of Babble Girl Sits and Knits. All details can be found in the Ravelry, in our Ravelry groups, in the appropriate thread. Links to anything that I talked about can be found in the Ravelry group, links in the description box below. Hopefully that will solve all of your life's problems. If your life's problems involve something that's happened in the last 40 minutes. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. How exciting. And I shall see you very soon in next week's video. Bye.